So Sophia from Katseye just announced that she was going on hiatus for her health, and Hiatus provided a statement, and they gave us a little timeline on when they'll check in with her and report back to the fans. Megan was missing from a Vogue video because she was feeling unwell, and Manon was put on this forced hiatus with no updates or no transparency, yet we're still supposed to believe that this hiatus is just a normal hiatus. I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying it. Hi, I'm Duanne King. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, all I ask is that you press the like button and subscribe so that you can join the kingdom. Grab a snack, grab your tea, coffee, whatever you want. Today, I have an iced matcha latte with oat milk and agave. I know I normally drink iced Americanos, but I was like, let's switch it up. Just to recap, last week I posted a short saying Sophia from Katseye was going to take a hiatus, and I kind of had a lot of Katseye fans coming after me. And I laugh at it now, but while it was going on, I was like, why is everyone attacking me? What's the problem? So it's been announced that Sophia's going on hiatus, and so now only 4 of the Katseye girls will be performing. A lot of icons were claiming that I was lying, being messy, or spreading misinformation about Sophia going on hiatus. And then what do we know? A few days later, we find out that Sophia is actually being on a hiatus. And listen, I'm just someone on the internet, like I feel like me and the kingdom know each other, but someone that's just watching this might not know me, so I totally get it. But I still feel like we have a lot to unpack and discuss about this whole hiatus situation. Because Sophia's hiatus is so much different than Manon's hiatus, and not because they're both claiming to be for their health, but because of how Sophia's is being treated versus Manon's. Just like Hiatus is caring for Sophia a lot more than they were Manon. But just in case you haven't seen it, Hiatus put out a statement saying that they're putting Sophia on a hiatus, and I'm gonna put it on the screen now, but I feel like there's a few things we should pay attention to in this announcement. And you can read the whole thing if you want to, but what I really want to focus on is this part in the message. We will continue to closely monitor her progress and support her journey. We plan to reassess her condition in September, and we will share a further update with the fans at that time. Now, this is just very, very different than the hiatus message we got for Manon. But then also to Hiatus putting out a statement, Sophia put out her own statement on her Instagram stories. And it's basically saying the same thing. I'll put it on the screen, of course, so that you can look at it. But there's something in her statement that really stood out to me. And it's when Sophia said, I'm realizing that if I don't take care of my mind and body now, I won't be able to keep doing what I love the most for so long. And Katseye fans had a lot to say about that. I'm going to be real. That line kind of sent Katseye fans into a fury because they felt like you're just now realizing that. And listen, some people recognize it before others because they feel like Sophia has talked so much in interviews saying that we all show up, we all sit together, we all want to work and win and do all of this stuff. And you're just now realizing that, hey, you should probably put your health first. Which if we think about Manon has always been saying we need work-life balance. Hey, maybe we can work hard, but then also sleep, eat, go outside, you know, be a human outside of this job. And I fully agree. I think anyone that works any type of job should not be working their whole life. You should be able to clock in for your hours, have some days off, have some time off, you know, live your life. What's the point of working so hard if you can't enjoy your life? And to echo the statement, Sophia's mom also came out and like agreed with her. But then if we think back to February and Manon's statement, and I know y'all have heard me say this a million times, so I'm not going to read the whole statement out, but I do think for this conversation, it is important to focus on it. Hiatus announced that Manon was going on a hiatus for health reasons, which didn't make sense. There was nothing really transparent about this statement. They just said that she's going for her health and we wish her the best. Basically, that's literally what they said. And then Manon came out right after saying, hey, I'm happy and healthy and this is completely out of my control. And ever since then, it's been radio silent from Hiatus about Manon. They have not stated anything. And trust me, I'm going to get more into it next week when we do the Mistreatment Manon series. But that lopsided bun is the one behind these statements, okay? But do we see the difference in these statements? Sophia and Hiatus come out and they're like, hey, I'm taking a break from my mental health. Hey, in a month from now, we're going to come back and check on my health and we'll come back together and see if it's going to work. But for Manon, we didn't get next month we're going to touch in with her, the month after, we got no months, no time frame. But why for Sophia do we get that? And this is not directed to Sophia, this is directed to these staff. Why are we choosing Sophia over Manon? If you wanted all 6 of these girls, shouldn't Manon be getting the same thing as her? Why is the one black girl in this group put on an indefinite hiatus with no transparency, no reason to the fans, nothing really telling anyone when she's going to be back? But Sophia goes on a hiatus and she gets a month to relax. Listen, as she should, I'm not even hating on her. This is more directed to the staff, but she gets a month to, you know, recover, redo her mental stuff, get better. And then Hiatus is going to check back in with her. That doesn't seem fair. Does that seem fair to you? Because it doesn't seem fair to me. But listen, even if you and I don't agree on Manon and Sophia's statements being different, even though I don't really know how you could deny it, but you know what? You can do whatever. I think the timeline of events is still so weird. After Manon went on hiatus, the girls avoided her for months on end. They would not talk about her. They would not do anything. And it started to make me think this is a label thing. Like it made me think that Hiatus is telling them not to speak about Manon. But as time goes on, I'm realizing Hiatus probably did not tell them to do that. And these girls just didn't want to speak on her. Because one time during that performance, which I mentioned in the series and I showed her in the video doing it.
And let's give it up for Manon! Say hi to Manon!
but she was on stage and she said, give it up for Manon. And then that same day, Megan was ducking when people were saying, say hi to Manon. So it gives, you can say something about Manon, but you just choose not to. But let's not forget, after Manon went on hiatus, she liked this post talking about how Black women are treated poorly in the industry. And then Sophia, or Hypex Geffen, has Sophia come out and say it has nothing to do with race, which I just feel like is so strange. That's just strange. Whether Hypex Geffen told you to do that or you came out on your own and say that, y'all are all weird. I don't get it. Y'all are all weird. I get it, you're trying to clear your name, but you should have just been quiet during all that. Because let's be real, when Manon liked that picture, no one was thinking about the Katseye girls. We thought she was talking about the label. I feel like when Sophia came out and said it has nothing to do with race, it really put the attention back on them because no one was even thinking it was really the Katseye girls. I think that if Sophia would have just stayed quiet and just, you know, kept it pushing, everything would have stayed on the labels and been like, hey, we need to treat Manon better. But then for Sophia to come out and say nothing was about race with all of us looks a little weird. But then after this, Katseye kind of starts this showing up campaign. And I'm calling it a campaign because, girl, it was just weird. In addition to the she's our sister forever and we love her and the door is always open, in every single interview, they kept talking about we love each other and we keep showing up and we all do this because we want to show up for everyone and we're Katseye and we're going to show up. And just so you don't think I'm being dramatic,
we love each other to like show up
for the fans and to keep showing up for them. If we can pull up, we're gonna show up for you guys.
That's not weird. Y'all don't think that's weird? Just a little bit weird. I'm not saying like they are trying to, you know, send harm to anyone, but I'm saying, girl, that's a little shady. That's a little shady right there. As someone that throws a little shade on these videos myself, listen, I know how to recognize shade, okay? But a lot of fans do feel like if you can talk about showing up and doing all of this, why is a leader now not showing up and they're on hiatus? And before I continue, I want to say that I support all of them taking a hiatus, a sick day, or doing whatever they want because I think those girls are overworked and they need more time. Listen, from my first video in the series till now, my point has stayed the same. Those girls need more days off and they work too hard. But I feel like it's very hypocritical from the fans, Katseye, and the staff, and even the industry to allow everyone to claim that we show up for each other and we work so hard, but then you take time off and expect no one to say anything. Like, honestly, for me, I feel like in a perfect world, you should be able to be like, yeah, I show up for work and I work hard and still take time off and nothing will happen. But the reality is we're not in a perfect world. When this whole group was built on diversity, inclusion, and uplifting cultures, and then you kick out the one Black girl and then you start prancing around we show up, you kind of have to expect if one of you takes a day off or goes on hiatus, those girls, those fans, they're going to be right on you. They're going to be chasing after you. And I hate that it is that way, but who set that system up? Y'all didn't have to go out here and say we show up and blah, 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 and then not support Manon, you know? You guys didn't have to do that. Hypex Geffen didn't force you to get on 8, 9 different interviews saying, we show up, the door is always open, that's my sister forever, it had nothing to do with race. The label didn't make you say all that, okay? They could have told you to say something about Manon, but girl, they didn't make you just say, we show up in 9 different interviews. And let's not forget Daniela's dad coming out and speaking on Manon the day she's put on hiatus. Like, let's not forget. Please, let's not forget that. I know I covered it in detail, but let's go over that again. Why was her dad so passionate talking about Manon? Was it really because she didn't come to your Thanksgiving dinner? Like, is this why you're so upset? It just made no sense for Daniela's dad to get online and say all of that. And are we really going to just sit here and act like Daniela's dad came and said all that and it's not rooted in some type of anti-blackness? Like, are we going to act like it's not that? Because Sophia gets put on hiatus and Daniela's dad is silent, completely silent, okay? And listen, I'm not expecting him to come out and bash a girl either, but I'm just saying, why did it happen to Manon? Why does Manon go on hiatus and your dad is being shady boots online? Like, shade down, like weird, just a weird, the whole room, whole family is weird. Why would you get online and do that? And now Sophia is on a hiatus and everyone's like, we love you so much, come back. No, y'all had something out for Manon. And by y'all, I mean Daniela's dad, the staff. I'm not going to get into the girls right now because I actually do think some of the girls love Manon. But I don't care if we agree or not, Daniela's dad was weird for that. And I feel like I'm not the only one out of the icons that feels like this. A lot of the icons are like, no, that girl's dad was weird for that. And now that Sophia's on a hiatus, her dad is silent. Like, no one's parents is like being weird or anything. I mean, in addition to that, icons also felt like Lara was being a little bit shady on Instagram after Manon got put on hiatus. And I don't think I've ever talked about this on a YouTube channel video. I think I talked about it on TikTok, but Lara posted this Instagram story after Manon was put on hiatus, and it had the song Karma, and I think the story said something like good times. Lara reposting old pictures that Katseye fans took as shade. Specifically the Karma part, people felt like, why would you post this right after? Like, yes, it might have been a throwback, but the timing is just shady. But that was just weird, and a lot of icons felt like that was shade to Manon. And I can see it going anyway, but I feel like if you know your member just got put on hiatus, why would you go and repost a story from a post that was months ago, mind you? Go repost and say good times with the song Karma. You know how your fans Zara, read the room. You know that people are going to think you're shading Manon, so why even do that? And listen, I don't want Sophia to deal with what Manon had to go through in this whole situation, but I just feel like it's a little shady. It's a little interesting that the one person that talks about showing up the most is now taking a hiatus. Like, it is weird that the one person that's always talking about showing up, and then when Manon likes something about how it's hard to be a black woman and the mistreatment she faces, Sophia then comes out again and says it was nothing about race. The whole situation is weird. I truly think that this is the learning moment for Sophia, and she's realizing, hey, maybe I should not speak on these things or do these certain things because it does look a certain way, and that may not have been her intention. But also, the staff and the girls aren't completely free from this behavior at all. They also reinforce the we're grinding, we're having 14-hour days, we're gonna work hard and do this and do that. They all kind of reinforce each other in this little echo chamber of a group that they have. Like, a lot of them think that they should be practicing for 14-hour days, not hanging out with friends, just grinding, and they should not be doing that. Like, girls, you're already in Katseye, rehearse for 6 hours and then go home. Or have rehearsals a few days a week and then go home, go hang out with friends. That's always what Manon was trying to advocate for, because that's what you should have. You should have a work-life balance. Because if you want to have a good career and longevity, you have to have breaks or you're gonna burn out soon. Sorry, but 14-hour rehearsals for these same 10 songs that you have, like, I'm sorry, either you get it or you don't. Like, there's no new music they really have to rehearse. And okay, you can argue now they have a new EP coming out, but before this EP, girl, even right before the Gnarly era, they were doing 14-hour rehearsals for what, 5 or 6 songs at that point, and then like covers to perform on stage. It just made no sense. I just feel like when you repeatedly say we all show up for each other and we all grind, it's only going to backfire. Like, no matter what, even if she didn't take this hiatus, it was always going to backfire, because there's just simply no way you're always going to be able to show up for each other. It's just life. Like, it's just life. One of you is going to have something to do. One of you is going to have to take away and do something, you know? Like, it's just life. So that's why I didn't like when they all pushed the we grind so hard and we always show up for each other when Manon was gone. Because it makes Manon look like the bad person for simply having a work-life balance, when she in fact is just a normal person that wants to have work-life balance. And this all boils down to Sophia getting a hiatus and getting full transparency, saying, hey, I'm going to be gone for a month. In September, we'll check back in and see if I can come back. But then Manon gets on hiatus and she doesn't get any of that. It's just Manon's on hiatus, she needs to work on her health, and that's that. And then Manon has to come out and say, hey, I'm happy and healthy. But then also months later, Manon had to come out and say, Hiatus and I are having positive conversations. Girl, if Manon was actually sick, why are you having positive conversations about your health? Why are you doing that? You're simply not, and anyone with eyes can recognize that, like, girl, Manon is not sick. They are doing something to this girl. I can't, Manon, please. But how can we see all of this and believe that Manon's hiatus is normal? It's not. It's just simply not. Also, recently a Katseye video was filmed with Vogue, and they were like cooking and making stuff in the kitchen, and Megan wasn't allowed to be there because she was sick. And they said Megan is sick, and listen, I believe this is true. Those girls are overworked. They are working so long, so many hours, crazy days. And I also saw in the video, they said that they're now doing 6-hour rehearsals instead of 14.
Megan is sick, so she
doesn't feel well today.
Yeah, she doesn't feel well, so she couldn't be here, but she is here in spirit.
6-7 hours?
We used to do like 12-hour days.
Now it's like 6 hours.
But girl, I feel like that was PR control. I'm not even joking. Hi, Miss Gaffin, I know PR control when I see it, okay? I know PR when I see it. Let's not even play. You told those girls to go on there and say, oh, our rehearsals are like 6 hours now because y'all saw the backlash y'all were getting for 14-hour rehearsal days. And the only reason I truly believe it's not 6 hours of rehearsal is because they have a tour coming up with a new EP. If they had 6-hour rehearsals for a new tour coming up, it would be kind of crazy. I expect at least 8 to 10 hours. And the reason why I believe they're not doing 6-hour rehearsal days is because simply if they have to run through an hour of music, that 6 hours is not enough time. From dancers to learning choreography to placements and running through the show, they, like, come on now. They're not just running through it one time and then going home. They have all the staff there, they're doing their warm-ups, they're learning new things. Sometimes people take 6 hours to learn one song. Mina told me that Katseye is running through new choreography, new songs, in addition to all their old songs, but not with 6 people, but with 4 and 6 hours. There's just simply no way they're having 6-hour rehearsals and doing that. What would be the switch? They're missing 2 members and you want me to believe that now they're just gonna speed up everything? They would literally have 12-hour days to rehearse Gnarly. If it took them 12 hours to do Gnarly, you're not telling me this whole EP is gonna take them 6 hours. But listen, if all the girls are constantly getting injured, sick, or having to sit out, what does that tell you? That tells you that these girls need to sleep and they need time off. The Katseye girls are gearing up for their world tour, and honestly, I'm just worried for it. I am. I don't want anything bad to happen to them, obviously, but these girls are not getting sleep. They're overworked. They're flying from city to city, coming back to LA to do press, and then going out again. It's just too much work. And not that they can't handle it, but no one should be able to handle it. No one should be doing all of this? Like, this is just too much. The Katseye girls are being overworked and they need breaks. Like, this is bad. And I feel like the sad reality is people will understand it now because it's happening to Sophia. But when it was Manon, people didn't understand it or want to try to understand it. At first, when I would bring this up on TikTok, and I'm talking about like in February when Manon first got put on hiatus, when I would bring this up, I would get attacked online. People would be like, she's just lazy, she doesn't want to work hard, which is what really inspired me to bring it on YouTube and continue this conversation, because I can go more in depth with these things. But I think my original point from February still stands. All of these Katseye girls need a healthy work-life balance, and it's something that they don't have. Every week you have someone in this group missing. You have 6 girls, 2 of them are now gone. There's going to be 4 of you. If one of those 4 girls gets sick, which is likely because we're all human, there's going to be 3 out of 6 performing on the stage. At what point do you walk away and say, hey, these girls need a rest? Like, something's going on. This is just sad. Like, it doesn't even make your company look good as Hiatus Geffen. Like, even when we look at their sister group, Saint Satine, Lexi's no longer in there. And you can say it was about drama or whatever, but Lexi loves a good work-life balance. That girl's European, okay? She left Dream Academy and now she left Saint Satine. Girl, they have to be overworking these girls so bad to the point. Like, how bad does it have to get? Is it gonna take for another member to get sick and they go on as 3 and then 2 and then what? There's gonna be 1 Katseye girl on the stage doing something? Like, it's just a little crazy. But all I want to say is I hope Sophia gets well soon. I hope Manon is able to return back to Katseye, or we get an updated statement about her going solo or doing something else. Sophia goes on hiatus after months of doing the showing up campaign, and we get an announcement with transparency saying, hey, in a month we're going to check in with her and the fans to see if she can come back. But in February, Manon was kicked out of the group, put on hiatus, got a weird statement, and no follow-up since then. Like, it's just real shady. Manon, you know I'm rooting for you. Sophia, I need you to get better soon, girl. Katseye, girl, y'all better sit down with that lopsided bun. We need to figure this out now. Cancel the tour, cancel all the upcoming stuff, give us the EP or don't at this point. Obviously, they're gonna give it to us. Like, there's too much money on the line. They kind of have to give it to us at this point. Come back at 6 or don't come back at all. But y'all, I need Manon to come back. I know I said I wasn't gonna post this week, but then this whole situation happened and I was like, oh God, like, I'm just gonna talk about it and get it off my chest now, because I felt like this situation truly is not fair. If you made it to the end, can you tell me what kind of drink you had or what kind of snack you ate while watching this? It's my favorite comments to read. I also saw all your guys' snack recommendations, so I've been ordering snacks and trying things. Maybe next week I'll tell you which ones are my favorite. But what do y'all think about this whole situation? Do you think it's weird? On Monday, we start the Mistreatment of Manon series, season 2, so I'm really excited about that. I've been working really hard on it, so I'm ready to like show the information to you guys. We also have Katseye's new album coming out, or EP I should say. Thank y'all for joining the kingdom. We've really been growing. I love y'all so much. And this time I made it a priority to drink some more of my drinks. I realized when I film these videos, I don't drink it a lot. Okay, I'll see you guys on Monday for season 2 of the Mistreatment of Manon series. Bye!